My name is Ben Lampton. I am from Louisville, Kentucky, and I am an undergraduate, and my major is Applied Geography with a track in Meteorology. So unlike other people, I don't really have like a specific storm or event that really got me interested. When I was little, I did used to be terrified of storms though, and I think I wanted to like learn how those happen to kind of like ease my fears a little bit. I think that's how I got into it. I used to have my Nintendo DS and would go to like the web browser and look at like radar data and stuff like that. Back in January, I reached out to the professor I'm now doing research with, Dr. Scott Gunter, and asked if he had any research opportunities. And he was the one who suggested that I work on this project because of my prior background with coding and how that might be beneficial. So my job was to filter through Kentucky Mesonet data from 2010 to 2024 and pull out entries with severe wind gusts and determine whether or not those are associated with convective events, mesoscale events that we like to call them, or non-convective events, which are called synoptic events. The scale of each wind gust depends on whether there's convection present or not. So your non-convective gusts, which are associated with synoptic events, are typically more widespread and last longer. Convective gusts, however, are the opposite, and they are more localized and short-lived. So the National Weather Service has very strict guidelines. It is wind speeds greater than 58 miles per hour or 50 or so knots, which is about 25.93 meters a second. Those are like your gusts that are going to like cause significant damage. So like with like 58 miles per hour, you'll start to see like shingles blown off roofs, trees down, branches snapped, that kind of thing. But as speeds get faster, faster, and faster, you're more likely to see like big grown trees toppled on the road, full roofs blown off, and other damage. A Mesonet is just like a network of automated weather stations that observe and record the current weather conditions in real time. Many states, including Kentucky, Texas, and New York, have them, and there's usually one station in just about every county. They can measure temperature, dew point, precipitation, pressure, wind speeds, wind direction, and a whole bunch of other meteorological variables that are important for us building forecasts. When I got the data from the Kentucky Mesonet website, it comes in the form of CSV files, and a lot of them are so big that you just can't open them in Excel. And so you kind of have to write a program that goes through line by line and checks to see if there's a severe wind gust, and then like pulls it out from there and then adds it to a new Excel sheet. There were probably millions of lines that I had to loop through, but in the end, there were only like 335, I think, that actually had severe wind gusts associated with them, because the Kentucky Mesonet data records data every 5 minutes. I love working with Dr. Gunter. He is very funny, and I've enjoyed every class that I've had with him. He's definitely encouraged me and challenged me a lot. He was one of the professors. I went on a trip with him last week, and we went storm chasing into the Great Plains. And every day we had to like do like a forecast for the day of like where we were going and like what the conditions were. And he was always constantly asking questions about like where we got information from and why we thought certain things were happening and that kind of stuff. With this information, we can definitely determine how often certain severe events happen and the degree of severity that they're associated with. Typically in like the spring, early summer timeframe is when we see like our most convective storms. And that's what our records have said for like the past 15, 20 or so years. But what this research is probably going to help show is how that time frame is kind of like growing. So like storms are happening earlier in the year and they're happening later in the year as well. It's kind of helpful to have an idea of how many days out of the year we're going to expect severe weather and how many days that like wind gusts of this kind of speed are going to happen, wind gusts of this kind of speed are going to happen, and the kind of damage that's associated with them, because I think that would help people feel a lot more comfortable knowing that it's only going to happen once or twice. They're never scared that, oh, the storm is going to be bad every single time.